Governor Christie is a bully. You know, Governor Christie bullied me. Let me tell you what happened to me. You know, this is 2002. In 2002, there was a state official named Thomas Bartlett who threatened me. He threatened to put me in jail if I continued to talk about marijuana. You know, to me, here's a state official acting under color of law, acting under the authority of law, who is threatening to violate my civil right to free speech with imprisonment. You know, so I went to the U.S. Attorney's office. You know, U.S. Attorney Christopher Christie. I went to his office and I signed a complaint against Thomas Bartlett saying that Thomas Bartlett was criminally attempting to violate or threatening to violate my constitutional civil rights. You know, because I was a legalized marijuana activist, the federal officials kind of scoffed at my claims, my accusations. But then, you know what? Guess what happened? Several months later, about 2 months later, Thomas Bartlett had me jailed. On August 17th, 2002, Thomas Bartlett went to Judge asshole Giovanni and got a arrest warrant for me, you know, saying that I was advocating criminal activity because I had made 3 commercials advocating the legalization of marijuana. I mean, listen to this commercial.
Have you ever wondered whether a drug-free America is a realistic goal? Many people are beginning to realize that it's just not possible to have both a free America and a drug-free America. I choose freedom. America's claim as leader of the free world is in jeopardy due to the war on drugs. How can we lead in freedom when we imprison more of our own citizens than any other country in the world? Does that sound like America to you? Let's return freedom to America. End the war on drugs.
Now, did you notice in that commercial, I said nothing illegal. I did nothing illegal. I was telling the truth. And I found myself in jail. Exactly what I was talking about. Well, I made 3 commercials. But anyway, I stayed in that jail for 5 months. Several weeks into it, I went on a hunger strike and I wrote a federal writ of habeas corpus and I mailed it to a federal judge, and Federal Judge Irenas out of the District Court of Camden actually accepted my writ of habeas corpus. At that point, I ended my hunger strike, and then for several months, you know, I battled the New Jersey Attorney General's office as to if what I was doing was free speech or not. You know, I knew from the very beginning it was free speech. Basically, I had gotten into a pissing contest with Thomas Bartlett about free speech, and then he shit on me by jailing me. You know, that's the only way I can describe it. But anyway, I spent 5 months in jail before ultimately, using the Feldman-Rooker doctrine, Judge Irenas interceded and ordered the state of New Jersey to free me. At that point, I went to U.S. Attorney Christie's office again to sign a criminal complaint against Mr. Thomas Bartlett, the state official who had jailed me unconstitutionally and I believe criminally. Mr. Christie's office declined to prosecute Mr. Bartlett. So I started coming to Mr. Christie's office, exercising free speech again, you know, by holding a sign in front of his office calling Mr. Christie a hypocrite and passing out flyers. And I did this in front of his office in Newark. If anyone's ever gone to the Newark federal attorney's office, the federal courthouse is there, the U.S. Attorney's office there. It's on a big square. There's both ends of the street are blocked off, so it's like a big tenement square, like, where a huge open area. And I was standing in the middle of it, passing out flyers to whoever would look at it. There were a lot of U.S. attorneys who were coming in and out of the building who I gave the flyers to. And at the time, Essex County prosecutor, Miss Paula Dow. And Miss Paula Dow watched this whole thing occur. That is, I was passing out flyers, calling the U.S. attorney a hypocrite. His goon squad from his office came downstairs, came outside, and ordered me to leave. I refused to leave because it was free speech. I was in a free area, a public area, and they slammed me to the ground, handcuffed me, dragged me into the building, took my sign from me, and held me for a little while. And then they released me, with a couple tickets, charging me with disorderly persons. Ms. Dow tried to intercede. They ignored her. Because I had another sign, as soon as they released me and I went outside, I just grabbed my other sign and came back and did it again. This time they arrested me again, and they held me inside the building until after, closing hours, and then let me go. And because I was off on Mondays, I came back the next Monday, and they did it again. I came back the next Monday, and they did it again. And that was just U.S. Attorney Christie's office just bullying me, or attempting to bully me. Again, I was angry already about my free speech rights being ignored, and I came to exercise them again in front of Mr. Christie's office. And what happens? I get arrested 3 Mondays in a row. Mr. Christie was bullying me to shut up. It kind of worked. After those 3 incidents, I got bounced around each time. I got tickets each time. I got summonses each time. But I had a court date at least. And, a couple months later, I went before Judge Maritone, Federal Judge Maritone out of Newark. And Federal Judge Maritone kind of did exactly like Judge Irenas did. He upheld my federal constitutional right to exercise free speech. Yelled at the flunky U.S. attorney that Mr. Christie's office had sent to prosecute me. Basically gave her a lesson. It was kind of, I was flattered, I guess, because this federal judge was really he wasn't being biased. He was upholding my federal right, and he basically just stomped on and smacked the U.S. attorney and told her to dismiss this case, and she did. The only journal at the time who even covered it was the New Jersey Law Journal, that did a nice follow-up story about this incident. But I truly feel that I was bullied by U.S. Attorney Christie, who later became governor and now wants to be our president. Woo. Do you want to bully as president? Just say no to Governor Christie. Just say no.
Really, seriously, you're not asking me about Hostess Twinkies, are you? What's the next question? David, what do you got? I'm not answering a question about. There's so much. I'm on Saturday Night Live enough. You think you're getting me behind this microphone, having me talk about Twinkies? This is a setup, man. I know it. You people are the worst. This is a setup. I am not answering questions on Twinkies. And no. You're not. It's bad that I even said the word Twinkie from behind this microphone. You're not getting me to do that. No way. David, don't go to Devil Dogs, David. Don't try it.
Have you heard our government's claim that marijuana is dangerous, addictive, and has no medical value? I have, but I also know the scientific facts. Marijuana has never killed anyone, is beneficial to many, and has been used as a medicine for thousands of years. Even doctors are openly challenging the myth that marijuana is dangerous. Many of them recommend marijuana to treat a number of medical ailments. Who do you believe? Your doctor or your politician?